Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to today's video. So today I'm going over the 2020 electoral map and kind of doing like a battleground, kind of like a battleground map of what I think the election is looking like right now, what states we know President Trump will win, what states we know Joe Biden will win, and what states that both campaigns need to spend time on to see who's going to be able to win in certain areas. So with that said, let's get into it. We know Joe Biden's going to win the West Coast pretty handily. He'll get 78 electoral votes from there. President Trump will win Alaska safe. He'll win Utah, Idaho, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota. President Trump will win all of Nebraska except Nebraska's 2nd district. That district we will be returning to. Kansas and Oklahoma both will be safe for President Trump. Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri will be safe. Indiana, West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, South Carolina will all be safe for President Trump. We know this. Joe Biden will be safe up along the East Coast. Every state except for the state of New Hampshire. New Hampshire will be coming back to. New York will be safe for Joe Biden. And I think Joe Biden will also win the state of Illinois safe. And I would throw in Maine's 1st district at this time. I think is pretty safe for Joe Biden. In this scenario, given his unpopularity of Donald Trump and popularity of Joe Biden, I would put Virginia in the safe column for now. Virginia used to be a Republican stronghold of the state, but with mass migration, Democrats have flipped it over time, and I think Joe Biden, being an establishment candidate, will win pretty easily there today in today's election. So Biden will get 196, nearing 200 already. Trump will get 125. And the likely states now for Joe Biden, I think Minnesota right now has to be considered a likely state. I think that all these riots and stuff could potentially help out President Trump's numbers in Minnesota. However, we haven't really seen much effort by the Trump campaign to go after Minnesota, and we haven't really seen much support or fundraising numbers to help President Trump out there. So Minnesota I'd put in the likely column for Joe Biden. New Mexico I'd put in likely for Joe Biden as well. With a lot of mass immigration there, especially along the border, it's going to be really tough for President Trump to make New Mexico competitive. If he does, he would have to take time away from other swing states to try and make it competitive, and I really don't see President Trump doing that. Maine at large, I'd put Maine at large in the likely column for Joe Biden. I think Hillary Clinton did not do a good job in Maine last time, but I think Biden will run better in Maine than Hillary Clinton will. And I think my last likely Democratic state is I'd put the state of Colorado in here. Colorado, it was a swing state that voted for Republicans time to time. Then around the Obama era of 2008, since they've been voting more Democrat. They did elect Cory Gardner in 2014, but it looks like he's going to lose in 2020. Colorado is going to vote probably with a likely margin. They're not big fans of President Trump, and Colorado will probably go in the likely margin. Now for the Republicans in the likely margin, Texas, in my opinion, will be a likely Republican state. I really don't see the Democrats being too competitive in Texas this time around. Contrary to what some polls may be saying now, I just do not see Texas being that super competitive that a lot of Democrats are trying to say it is right now. And I think that might be all the likely numbers I want to put. Maine's 2nd district could be likely, but I think for now, I think it's probably better in the lean column for now. So yeah, Biden will have 222. Trump will have 163. Now for the lean states for Joe Biden, I think Nevada starts off in the lean state. President Trump was not able to win it in 2016, despite Hillary Clinton getting her plurality of the vote. So Joe Biden, I think, will start off leaning in that state. I think President Trump starts off as a favorite in Georgia with a lean to win in Georgia. I think without a doubt President Trump has a very good shot to win Georgia. I think President Trump has a good shot to win Iowa as well. And I'll also put Ohio in this column. I know a lot of polls are already trying to show Biden might actually win these states. I don't buy it. I don't see that happening now. The country is starting to recover. I think President Trump will definitely win Iowa and Ohio come Election Day. He'll win Georgia as well. Maine's 2nd district, I think, will go for President Trump, probably in a lean margin. President Trump will get up to 204 electoral votes. The remaining states, I think, really are the toss-up battleground states that will decide this election. Nebraska's 2nd district, I think, will be closer this time around than a lot of other times. A lot of times I've just wrote it off, put it in President Trump's column, but it was very close last time. Arizona, I start off in the toss-up column. I still think President Trump will win it come Election Day. A lot of the numbers aren't showing that now, but I think President Trump still has enough support there to win. Florida is going to be right down the wire as it usually is. I think President Trump has a very slight edge to win in Florida now, especially given that that is his home state. But all these COVID-19 cases rising in Florida certainly is not a good look for him or Governor DeSantis, so that could be an issue, which makes Florida a lot closer. North Carolina, I'd put in the toss-up column as well. Polling showing pretty close, either Biden winning or Trump winning. It goes back and forth a lot during all this situation with COVID and everything. It's looking more like Biden is polling better than Trump. However, I still think President Trump has a good shot to win North Carolina, and if I had to bet money on it, he probably would. Come the Rust Belt, the state of Wisconsin. I think Wisconsin voted for Trump last time. I think it's a toss-up right now. I think there's enough support for President Trump to win again, but the economy needs to recover if that is the case. I would put President Trump and Joe Biden as a toss-up in Wisconsin right now. The state of Michigan, it all depends on Democratic turnout and approval of Governor Whitmer. I think President Trump can win Michigan again. I think Joe Biden can beat President Trump in Michigan by a lot. It all depends on who gets the vote out more. Right now, if I had to bet, I think Joe Biden's probably a narrow favorite to win in Michigan, but close enough to put it in the toss-up column. Pennsylvania, this one I think is a true toss-up. The polls are showing Biden's going to win it. I don't buy it. Biden's a shell of his former self. He's buying into a lot of Bernie Sanders leftist logic. We saw his economic plan come out today. That's a lot of anti-worker, blue-collar union jobs. They want to get rid of fossil fuels. They want to go for more clean, renewable energy. That doesn't bode well for Joe Biden in a state like Pennsylvania, despite the fact it was his home state. I think it's a toss-up that can really go either way right now, and if Biden doubles down on that economic plan, I see Trump winning Pennsylvania there. New Hampshire is the last state I'm going to put in the toss-up column for now. New Hampshire's always close come Election Day. A lot of polling data showed Joe Biden with a slight lead right now. However, it was very close last time around with Hillary Clinton. I think President Trump is not as unpopular as a lot of polls show up there. I think Governor Christian Noon is also popular up there, so I think it's a possibility for New Hampshire to get close with Joe Biden with a slight lead at this time. So my battleground map for 2020 is President Trump getting 204 electoral votes, Joe Biden getting 228, and 106 electoral votes left up for grabs for Joe Biden and President Trump's campaigns to fight for, and that will decide on Election Day who will win and who will lose. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.